So it was the last deer hunt of 2022, and spring was well and truly here. Our upcoming Riverina duck shooting trip was also getting us pretty excited. With warm days and cold nights, I wanted to squeeze in another deer hunting adventure to remember.
God, how good was that, man? Got on camera too.
I was out of deer meat, and the priority was to replenish the freezer with whatever I could get my hands on. Yeah, except foxes. I don't eat them. The drive took us around 5 hours, and we arrived at camp around lunchtime and got all our gear set up, ready for a great hunting trip, full of laughs and hopefully many stories to talk about around the campfire.
G'day guys, welcome back to AHP Outdoors. So we are out on this wonderful, beautiful blue sky day deer hunting state forest in New South Wales. It's going to be a very, very good trip. It's going to be the final deer hunt for 2022. Next month we're going to be going duck hunting as well down the Riverina, and that's pretty much it for the year. Then it's going to be fishing all out throughout summer until we come back to this place again next year in the wintertime for 2023 deer hunting. So we'll see how we go. Beautiful blue skies, better than last time. It was raining a lot last time. So and I hope you enjoy it. Let's get straight into it. We're going to go out for an afternoon hunt, and hopefully we can get something on camera. Even just filming them on camera would actually be nice, but it's hard to do with one person. Anyway, we'll see how we go for this trip.
It was around 1 p.m. and the sun had a strong bite to it. We cut up a few existing logs for the fire that night, then sat down for a bit of lunch. My mate Arthur put on a good spread, which was greatly appreciated. It was so good, in fact, I think I needed a bloody afternoon nap.
Can't complain with that, eh?
Too good, mate.
We were gearing up to go out for an afternoon hunt, and we looked at the weather for the next few days, and it looks like one of the days was going to have 5 to 10 mils of rain. Oh well, I guess we'll deal with that when it happens. We had a few hours of daylight left, so Arthur and I went to do a bit of scouting to see if we could track any deer movement in an area we had success at previously. With lots of roos out in force in the late afternoon, surely the deer couldn't be too far away. The light was fading fast, and a lone deer for what looked to be a decent sized doe popped out in the open feeding. Unfortunately, it was too far away to consider a stalk as the light was diminishing quickly, and you can't hunt at night in state forests.
Well guys, we've got this deer up here just behind the trees. Just playing a few games with us. I don't know, it's 600's a bit far. I can still see it. Hopefully he comes out through the tree line.
The sunsets in the area we were hunting are always magnificent, and with no other deer sighted, we headed back to camp to relax for the night after a long first day. It was time to grab some dinner, and Arthur had some venison sausages he wanted us to try. So we snacked on them and some deliciously beautiful grilled homemade halloumi cheese. Oh guys, talk about delicious.
I did 2 kilos deer, 1 kilo pork scotch fillet, and 100 grams of pork fat. A bottle of cider, so one of these, pear cider. Cider. We put 250 grams of gluten-free breadcrumbs, 250 grams of white buttered mushrooms, all grinded up, 100 grams of spring onions, 20 grams of orange zest, 40 grams of sea salt, 10 grams black pepper, 10 grams white pepper, 10 grams onion granule, 10 grams garlic powder, 10 grams of garlic granule, and 2 tablespoons of Greek oregano.
Well, these sausages, man, pretty darn good.
Gluten-free this, gluten-free that, I don't care. Tasted pretty good. We relaxed around the fire before getting an early night after a long day.
It's just started raining. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon. About 2 to 4 mil is apparently expected today. It's definitely muddied up the tracks. It's about low, medium right now, but it's certainly going to put a spanner in the works, especially on these muddy tracks. But hopefully it stops so I can get out again this afternoon, but I guess we'll just see how it pans out.
The rain was pretty constant for the next few hours and the tracks looked wet, but the rain cleared pretty well considering how it looked only a few hours earlier. We sat around and had a few laughs, then started planning the afternoon hunt. I had a good spot picked out that I'd scouted a few days earlier. On the way down to the spot there was a lot of deer sign, which looked really, really promising.
So I'm out for the afternoon hunt. I'm just about to head down to the spot that I want to sit at. But I mean, check this out, guys. There is just prints everywhere along here. So I'm about 150 metres from the spot that I want to sit at. Great little vantage point, wind in my face, fantastic. Man, this is a beautiful day. It was raining this afternoon, blue skies over with clouds. This is why we do it. This is why we spend our long weekends out hunting. And I'm happy to get anything from small animals to big bucks to just meat animals. I love eating the meat. Just fantastic, man. I love it. Anyway, let's get down to our spot. Got the last couple of hours of light.
It was about 45 minutes before sundown and I was sitting in my spot, and all of a sudden I caught a flicker out of the corner of my eye. A young male fallow was feeding on some fresh grass around 50 to 60 metres away. The wind was in my favour, but the side of the deer was covered up with what looked to be some shrubs or weeds. I placed a good shot with a 7mm Magnum towards the top of the back, aiming towards the spine. And a bit of a kick out and he was down.
He's down. He's down. He's down. Oh yeah, he's down. Mate, I didn't even see it there. I had no idea it was even there, and I just looked to the left and I saw a deer. Holy shit, man. Anyway, let's go and retrieve.
It was getting dark and time to go do the recovery. I apologise for the lack of retrieval footage, but I did have to work quickly to drag this deer over 150 metres out of the bush, and I wanted to take all the meat, so it was worth it to me. About halfway, I was pretty stuffed and stopped to have a break.
Alright guys, well, I thought it was a doe on camera, but it's a little male, which is good, that's alright. Got little knobs on the head, had no idea it was a male. I thought it was a little doe feeding, but you know, at 80, 90 metres you can't really tell at the time. All I knew it was a fallow, and all I knew is I needed meat. Anyway, I'm absolutely stuffed. I've got to pull it out through all this down pine, blackberries, so let's better get into it.
I was on my way back to camp, and every time I went up a hill, the deer would slide off the tray and onto the ground, and I'd have to backtrack and go and get it. This was like the third time it happened. I forgot my tie-down straps, they were back at camp, and they really should have been in the car. Oh well, I guess we still secured the meat. Unfortunately though, with a lot more effort than there should have been. here we go on the back. It's bleeding all over my car. My friend here, Arthur's got his little, show it to him, his little homemade contraption. He's pretty handy. Take it over there, I think.
It's a fold down.
Hey, why buy them when you can make one?
Yeah, and it packs up nice and easy.
Yeah.
And we're about to find out if it works.
Yeah, let's get it off. It's bleeding all over. I can see the tray rusting as we speak. I've even got a little poop there. He's even pooping on my tray. Evil little bastard.
That is. Alright, ready?
Alright, he's hooking it on. I'll tell you what, you're good with contraptions, mate, that's for sure. Fuck, that's a lot of blood on my tray, man. Heave ho, boys, heave ho. That limb's not looking too good up there. That's what friends are for, guys. Alright, here's the best part, guys. The beautiful heart. I'm going to cut out the ventricles, cut all the white stuff off. Beautiful butter.
Still beating.
It's still beating. Delicious part. Beautiful. We'll bag it up. Alright guys, we're going to clean up all the blood off this. We'll put it up on the hill and we're hoping that's going to work. We've got a rag. What have you got for me? Oh, a scourer. Nice work. Right guys, the gutting's done. Thanks to mate Arthur for doing that for us. He's also cooking us some deer sausages for dinner. Once we do that, we're going to sit beside the fire. I'm going to get up pretty early, get to work on that deer, and hopefully the boys get one tomorrow. So let's get into it and let's relax for the night. Might even do a bit of astrophotography as well. There's no clouds in the sky, so yeah, might do that as well. It's going to be a good night. Alright guys, so I just got up in the morning and got out of the swag, was really tired, got up a bit dusty, not feeling the best, and I was looking about 20 meters from my swag and there was a fox eating all the guts from the deer that I shot last night. And it was just standing there and I went, "Rrr," and I tried to scare it, it didn't do anything. Then it dawned on me, holy shit, I should probably film myself shooting it. I had time, it was 20 meters away, right? He had time to open the car, get the gun out of the back, get the ammo out of the case, get the camera on the tripod, change lenses. Man, this was hilarious. And it just stood there. It tried to take the guts away at one time, like to run off, but it didn't have the weight and power to be able to do it. It just stood there. So this is the events that just unfolded.
Well, I definitely wasn't expecting that. But hey, you know what? We'll take it when it happens. He just wouldn't budge, the little bastard. He just wanted to hang around. He wanted to walk towards me while I was getting all my gun out from the car right there. And oh well, that's what happens when you hang around far too long. Anyway, I'm going to work on this deer this morning while the other boys are out hunting. They're going to have a good time. Hopefully they're getting their deer. Got another mate turning up today. It's been a fantastic weekend so far. Deer, foxes, you name it, we've been able to shoot it. Not too bad at all. Can't really complain. What a great weekend. Well, as usual, I forgot my binoculars in this trip, but I also forgot my skinning knife. So I just drove 20 minutes so my mate could give me the steel. He's got a bunch of different knives here, skinning ones. I'll just try to put them over the steel. They're not very sharp. Not really much I can do, unfortunately. I'm always forgetting shit. This is the first trip I've forgotten at least 2 things. But you see over my shoulder, we're gonna get started on that deer. We're gonna start breaking it down, start processing it, because I do want to get out for another hunt this afternoon, so let the hard work begin. So I'll be the first to admit that was pretty damn ordinary, honestly, that skinning job. Hacked up the meat, hacked up the legs. Just a nightmare. You can't underestimate how important a sharp knife is. I put them over the steel, but it didn't really make a huge difference. So anyway, I had to work with what I've got. I'm gonna get the cuts off. A lot of this is probably gonna go to sausages anyway. So it is what it is. But anyway, it's starting to get a bit warm, so I'm gonna get started on these cuts.
We decided to do a kill and cook, so we got some backstrap, rump and tenderloins for my not by choice personal chef Arthur to cook us up a mean lunch using the fallow meat we just harvested the day before. Let me just say, guys, absolutely fantastic, and this is why we do what we do.
Backstrap. You can tell straight away the different cut.
Wow.
Your teeth go straight through the backstrap. The rump, a little bit chewier. I'll tell you what, we just cleaned the deer over there. Jason hit. We cooked up some scrambled eggs, put some backstrap in it, some rump. Tastes absolutely fantastic. So tender. Beautiful.
It was the last afternoon hunt, and I decided to go and sit with my mate for a few hours before dark. The NRL Grand Final was on that night, and I'd bought my projector to watch the game at camp. Those bloody damn penny panthers were unfortunately too strong for the Eels this time. I do get a bit fired up for a good rugby league game, that's for sure.
It's the ground. It's a crusher tackle penalty. So they get the kick chase right, but they infringe.
How useless can you be?
And he goes out to Jerome Lewis.
We were up early to a beautiful sunrise. We packed up and ready to head home, looking forward to what the next adventure would bring. As usual, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.